Okay, and we are live for the Power Chat series tonight. Our guest is Chris Hovey. Chris, how are you doing tonight?
Doing very good, Isabella. How y'all doing tonight?
Great. So, for the post show, we have here the Smoky Mountains Showdown, which happened in Tennessee this past weekend. And we have Chris on because he had a whole entourage going to this tournament, which was hosted by Keith and Crystal. So, let me actually show a picture, which I downloaded here. I'm going to pop you out just for a second, hide you. But for everybody watching, I think this might just be a fraction of how many people you brought. Maybe it's the whole team, but he's nodding. Yes, it's just a fraction. Uh, we're going to talk about a groundswell of support for this tournament as well as how it went overall. So let's bring back Chris, hide this picture, and get right into it. So Chris, tell me about how your students did and how many you brought.
Absolutely. So we brought a team consisting about 60 people to Gatlinburg. It happens to be one of the first time that we've actually heard of this tournament. So Gatlinburg just happens to be a very nice place as far as appearance, different things to do. It is probably one of the prettiest places as far as states are concerned to travel to. So when I heard about that, the team definitely wanted to try it out. So we went and they did really good. We came back overall with our total of 60. We came back with 43 first, 30 for 31 second place. We came back with 10 third and a total of 8 fourth. And with that being said, 11 of those were overall grands. So between Q belts, under belts, and black belts. So it was a really good weekend for us. More so just the event itself. The event was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I don't think that I could rate that tournament any higher. I mean, it has its issues. Every single tournament, does as far as a judging or somebody being upset. But overall, that tournament, its venue, the way that it ran, Crystal and Keith, they did a fantastic job. You had, I believe his name was Mr. Josh Buford. He's
Mhm.
becoming a really good friend of mine. He did a really good job coordinating with his team. He had Peter, Maddie, and Jody, and they did a really good job too. So I wanted to say really quick shout out. Samantha is his wife. His daughter did the national anthem, Presley.
Mhm.
She totally rocked it. Like she was like the star. She did a phenomenal job. So I would definitely say for anybody who has not didn't know about this tournament, because I know it was kind of a last thing for us as well. I would definitely recommend it in the future, especially with them adding some new events and stuff next year. It's definitely one that I would definitely look out for and mark the calendar for.
You mentioned that you traveled to this event. Where are you based out of?
We're actually in Florida, in Bell, Florida. It's about an hour just north of Gainesville. So we're out in the middle of the sticks. So for us to be able to get out as a non-national team, I mean, we don't have all the funding like some teams do. Our parents and students do fundraising and such to get them to these tournaments and in these events. So for them, this was like a total win all the way around because some of them never even got to left the county that they've lived in before. So to get out and actually do something different was actually really, really nice for them. They enjoyed it very much.
That's so impressive that you sorry, I'm hearing some feedback when I'm talking. I don't know if that's me or if that's kids in the school. Okay.
It could be some of the kids in the background.
Oh, it is? Okay. No, I wasn't sure if it was me. Okay. So that's so impressive that you brought 60 people to travel across state lines. Is this going to be a new norm for you and your team for tournaments?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, we tend to pick a certain amount of events a year. We do anywhere roughly from 6 to 10 tournaments, sometimes even more than that, depending on where they're at. We travel all over. It's not like we do Battle of Atlanta, we do the U.S. Open, we go down to Pan American in Miami. I'm from originally from Miami, so that's kind of like my home tournament. A lot
Mhm.
of people talk about Florida's tournament as the U.S. Open for some, yeah, but when it's right there in your backyard, you definitely tend to enjoy those ones just a little bit more. But all of the events that we take on all have great promoters, all have great things going on. It's definitely something that if you don't really compete often, I definitely tell you to get out to one of them. It doesn't matter which one. They're all great events. They all have the same morals and values and principles, and really that's what it's about, the morale.
So if this was your first time going to the showdown, is it something that you would return to? Or what was the biggest factor that would bring you back?
So for the Smoky Mountain Showdown, overall, I think it was really the family atmosphere, the type of competition. It was very nice. It's not the typical tournament where you have people that are really obnoxious and loud. And I'm not the political one. I tell people exactly how I feel, and that's just really how I've always been. So as far as a tournament, if you are looking for something family oriented, something that is really nice, tourist spot to where you can actually do things with your family and actually have a good time, I would definitely 1,000 I would definitely go again. We're already talking with Crystal and Keith about next year's plans. There are some amazing things like the awards that they had handed out. They put some time and effort into that. So I'll give them a big shout out for that because whoever created their awards, I would definitely recommend. It was really nice. I actually have one of the team. We won the team awards because we brought the most competitors to this tournament. It's actually a bear paw print the size
Do
of
you
a
want
bear.
to grab it and kind of show
Yeah,
it?
let me show you guys really quick.
Yeah, that I mean Smoky Mountains, it fits perfectly in the theme. You know,
Yeah,
the best ones are the ones that are not I mean, no shade to tournament promoters that do this, but the best ones are the ones that are unique and are not the same dude that's kicking you know, the karate kick, right?
absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I can tell you that they actually put some really good thought. They had a Cubs division, which really went with the theme of the tournament too. So five and under was like a Cubs. So they had an obstacle course,
Mhm.
board breaking. They had flag sparring, just stuff that the kids can get out and do. It's not always about yes, winning is important for some of these teams and some of these bigger ones, but a lot of people have to understand too that a lot of these tournaments are successful because of the underbelts, and that's because the underbelts make up the primary the people that compete in these tournaments. So to have these types of divisions and things for them really kicks it off. I don't I'm not sure if they were aware of their numbers, but I think there was about 1,000 people there this weekend between everybody on Saturday, which was really nice. I think they said they were going to go to 2 days next year to try to add some more divisions, which I'm really definitely looking forward to. Added some padded sword divisions and stuff like that. But overall, I would definitely recommend anybody try this tournament. The competition was good. It was fair. It was it was interesting to see different people come together on from different states. I never got to really see any of these competitors before, so it was really nice to see new faces. The sport is growing, and that's really at the end of the day what it's about is the growth, and it's definitely happening. This is the year for sure.
No, not every state out there are competition schools, right? They're lucky if they get 1 to 5 to 10 competitors maybe out there. How do you instill competition or going to tournaments in your school, in your brand, and in your parents? Because ultimately, they're the ones that are driving out with their kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it's really a collective decision. I get them ready. The parents think that they're ready to compete, or they think that, hey, let's try something different outside the box. I highly recommend competition, not because of the sport aspect of it, but because the balance of the kicks and punches outside of the realm of just the competition itself. Some of these kids' biggest problem is public speaking. You get out there and you do your introduction. What is that doing? It's teaching you to speak out loud in front of a group of people. It's teaching things other than just the my name and my style. It doesn't really matter. It's getting them the balance that they need to be successful in life, and it's life skills. So for us, I think it's the growth overall to watch your child go from being very timid to really not wanting to compete because they're scared to getting them that confidence to get them in the ring and understanding that at some point, no matter who you are, you're going to lose. It's okay. You got to embrace that because that's how you get stronger. That's how you get better.
Okay, now I saw that there were some instructors in that picture that I displayed. The question is, were you running like a chicken without his head to get to everybody's ring? How did you manage that?
So for the actual, I literally have a team of coaches, similar to some of the other circuits that have special training. Some of my parents that are actively training with me 5 days a week, they're in here, they're with their kids, they're training too. Those are the people that I use as coaches. I don't, a parent that's just coming in and has been in a tournament or switched different teams and have come in, they don't get those luxuries. You got to work for those types of things because I got to know that you're going to be a decent coach. You're not just going to be yelling and screaming and not knowing what you're talking about. The parents get involved, and that's what keeps this getting bigger and bigger. If you just keep the parents isolated and just sit on the sidelines, don't say nothing, just it's for the trophy, they're not going to ever learn anything. When the parents get involved, it makes the sport grow. 90% of my parents, my student base, the student starts, the parent joins right after. And I can actually see some of the comments that are coming through. They know it's true too. It's really nice.
That's great because there's always those parents that obviously get a sense of what competition is like or what it takes to win, but until you step on the mat, do you really realize what it takes? How have you seen that dynamic then with a parent going through the ranks with their kids as an instructor and as a coach?
Well, it actually it makes you it and I think I'll have a different view than most people. It's a very humbling and blessing feeling to watch a parent actually sign up and believe in you just as much as they signed up when they signed up with their child, to believe in you, to actually want to get in the ring and be a part of something much bigger. It's not about the art that you're learning. It's not about who your teacher is. It's not about what team you're on. It's literally the morale and the things that you're doing. So for us, the parents that get involved with the students, it's just a magical feeling. As an instructor, as a coach, as a parent myself, watching my children compete, there's no better feeling than watching them. There's no such thing as losing. Either you win or you learn. And at the end of the day, both of those are okay. They really are.
Okay. You mentioned you have some tournaments lined up. We're 3 months into the tournament season. What is next for you and your team?
So for my team, we have next coming up, looking over at my tournament log, it's looking like we're going to be in Destin Beach, Florida, Miss Holly Ham's tournament. She's a really nice promoter. It's a really nice tournament again. For us, everybody has their own ways of selecting tournaments.
Mhm.
Ours happens to be our kids don't get to get out. We literally live in the sticks in the middle of nowhere. So for our kids to be able to get out and go to the beach or get out and go to the mountains, or I see that there's one in Arizona coming up. Kids have never been to the Grand Canyon, so it sounds like a good way to start raising some money to get them out there. It's about those types of things. So for us, we just look for what's really convenient for us, what the kids want to try to do, and try to really tackle it and have some fun.
I really like that philosophy because growing up, I used to do ATA. We do 30 plus tournaments, and you'd go to the tournament, turn around, and not explore one bit. Sometimes you maybe would turn it into a trip, but targeting places that become experiences sounds like a great way to approach it. The Destin Open down in Florida, hosted by Holly Ham, is also a Point Fighter Live approved event. It's on the Pro Max circuit. Great promoters, and I believe that there's sandboards that are the awards for that. So that'll
Yeah,
be
I actually have a few of them sitting in here from my students that won from prior years. So they're actually really nice. They're like type of wakeboards.
Yeah. So I mean, you're against a backdrop of a bunch of awards. You said that, it's not always about the trophy, but when they do come home with that overall, with that first place, or even with a place that was higher than what they got last time, what does that feel like as a coach?
It feels amazing to watch the growth in the steps, to watch them get from A to B to C is an amazing feeling. Some of these kids, they have disabilities or they have different things that have happened in their life. And for us as instructors, our job is to mold them, to give them the opportunities and to get them the things that they need to be successful. Because at the end of the day, we're only as strong as the weakest person that's in our group. So, as an instructor, to watch that growth is an amazing feeling. And I know that there's other senseis and instructors that feel the same way. It's not about the money. For most of us that are in this is not about money. It's literally our money, our paycheck comes from watching the growth that these kids learn and to see the different things and the ways that you impact their lives. That's what this is really about.
Well, Chris, it was a pleasure to have you on the Power Chat series to talk about the Smoky Mountains Showdown, as well as you as a coach, instructor, a school owner. So I appreciate you coming on here. Is there anything else that you wanted to highlight while I have you on here for the Power Chat series?
No, I just want to definitely just say again to everybody, if you have not been to the Smoky Mountain Showdown, I definitely recommend that you check that out because Crystal and Keith are putting their work into this for this to be a very, very successful event next year. I think that we're going to go on and help sponsor some of their events for the underbelts next year. So I think that I would just want to put out there that if you've never been to that part of the country, and this is the time to do it. Don't wait. The Smoky Mountains are truly calling you. It is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. I'm telling you, you should really, really look into booking that trip. It's truly worth it.
I think you're starting to convince me. I'm in the I'm in the mood to travel to explore. So, all right, Chris, thank you for coming and everybody watching. You have a lot of supporters in the comments to go through. Thank you for supporting the Power Chat series and Chris, the Smoky Mountains Showdown post show guest. Everybody have a good night and tune in tomorrow for the Philly Pro Am post show with Brianna Nurse.
Stay blessed, everyone.